Does that sound fine?
What's the boogeyman?
Welcome back to the Moonjuice Metal Horror Podcast, the podcast where we live and breathe heavy metal and horror, but are not afraid to shit on both of them. I'm Matt.
I'm Mike. Yeah. And did you say welcome back or just welcome?
I think I said welcome back.
Well, this is our Halloween episode, and you said we were going to do something special, Matt.
Yeah.
I wonder if the people are
Yeah.
going to figure out what it is in this episode.
I don't know, dude. Like, we'll have to see what people write afterwards. I mean, otherwise it's pretty much the same goddamn thing. All jokes aside, though, we drove up to the Harz Mountains here in Germany, which is the place of the Hexentanzplatz, which is like a famous area where witches used to gather. And so I'm in costume, right? Because we wanted to do this episode in costume. And the internet started not working after I had my costume on. So we are parked up here in our RV. And I'm in this full costume, and the internet wasn't working. So I had to walk up to the booth to ask the woman if she could reset the router, and forgot I was wearing the costume.
Yeah, well, I mean,
was-
for you, it's easy. You could just pull the fucking mask off, Matt. I mean, I can't do that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm so used to being wearing this thing at Halloween, I didn't even realize I was doing it. So I just walked over there and was like, "Hey, can you reset the?" And she was like, "But we're good now. We're good. I'm on a hotspot. So I just want everybody out there to know the internet sucks here. So I'm using my hotspot to record this. You're welcome. Anyway, so we decided to kind of save one of the better movies for last. I know this is like, this entire series is one of those where you either love it or you hate it, or you're not sure what to think about it.
Yeah, because it's a very extreme and gory slasher, and not everybody likes slashers, Matt. Because I mean, let's be honest. I just had a discussion with this, like I think last week, with one of the other actors for Halloween Frankenstein, with Jill, one of the girls that plays witches. I had this discussion with her husband. One of the main reasons why he does not like slashers is every single movie is the same. The plot is identical in no matter what slasher movie. And to a certain degree, it's kind of true. I mean, the plots are basically, when you boil it down to the plot in the majority of slashers movies, there is not much variation. What does not mean like they're all the same. I mean, I'm a big slasher fan, you know? But, I mean, it is just something you have to acknowledge to a certain extent. That is true. I mean, what happens in slasher movies? You have like a bunch of people get slaughtered by some psycho or some supernatural monster. Everybody, I mean, everybody that's attractive and has sex is probably going to get killed. And at the end, you're probably going to have the super hot girl that suffers a lot, but then survives at the end of the movie. By the way, that's something the movie Cabin in the Woods made fun of, because it's a horror movie, Cabin in the Woods, but it's actually a parody of slasher movies. What they've done absolutely,
it's a parody. That was a great film.
It is a fabulous. What I love about that movie is it's a parody, and it's supposed to make fun of slasher movies, but they put it in they do it in a way where it at one point it's not even parody anymore. It's supposed to be parody. It's intentionally parody, but through the execution, how they do it, it becomes just being a horror movie and not parody. That is something where it's done brilliantly. And that was purely the intention. What is like, when I watched that movie and I watched the interview, when I read about the intention of the producer, the writers, and the directors of that movie, it was like, what makes it brilliantly is you intend to make fun of something, make fun of it, and in that process, through the executing, making that thing not making fun of the thing you're making fun of. That's a total fucking mindfuck.
Right.
I love it. Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. There's that film does it well. There's another one that I don't know if you've seen it, but it's called Final Girls. Have you seen that?
No, no.
Or maybe it's called Final Girl. I think it's called Final Girl, but it's also a take on Friday the 13th. They basically
Yeah.
do the exact same thing that happens in Friday the 13th, right? With a character that resembles Jason. But these guys are watching the movie, and then all of a sudden they're transported into the movie. And so now these guys who already understand the plot of this movie, who the bad guy is, who the slasher is, all that, are now stuck in this movie as real people alongside people who are horror movie slasher tropes. And so they figure out from their knowledge of what they know about horror movies and slasher films how to kill the bad guy. So there's one girl who's always taking her clothes off, and they're like, okay, if she takes her clothes off, he's going to come. So we have to get her into the house, and she has to start taking her clothes off, and then we know he's going to come. So when he comes, then we're going to fuck him up. So they try that with every character. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen Final Girl, watch that. It's great. But yes, this movie kind of, I don't know, like it is a typical slasher. That was something I remember when I saw it. I was like, the formula is not really much different here. As a matter of fact, it's kind of what happens in every slasher film. And if people say slasher films are all the same, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not going to say that's wrong. I mean, if you look at, you know, all the Halloween films and all the Friday the 13th films and Scream and all those, it is the exact same plot. And this one's really no different. And so this one's one of those that a lot of people were like, yeah, it's cool. The gore looks great. The story is not really that interesting. And I have to be honest, it's not.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's still a very popular and successful movie. Yeah, I mean, it spawned 2 sequels, and as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, another one is
It's going to
coming.
get a 4th one too.
Well, yeah. So the thing is, I would say it is the only modern slasher movie that became popular and what instantly made the main antagonist a horror icon, even though it's relatively new. And it was absolutely astonishing how fast this antagonist became a super horror icon. No? On the same level as Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, and all of those. And by the way, what movie are we doing that?
So we're doing Terrifier, the first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So another thing I can say about this, I think the movies that do well like this one that are slasher films are generally due to the slasher themselves. So there's been a lot of slasher films where the slasher himself or herself is not really that interesting or cool, and there's nothing special about him. Art, on the other hand, this guy is a fucking character, dude. Like, he is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The actor himself can do all these crazy things with his face, even though he's underneath all this makeup, and just sells the character brilliantly. The character's funny. Like, there's some laugh out loud parts in this film where there's nothing said because Art himself is a mute. You know, he's a he's a mime, basically. He's a clown. There's that big argument. Yeah, he's a mime. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't make sounds. Nothing. So everything has to be done with his body. And thankfully, unlike most slashers, he actually has a face that he can move around. And so for me, that sells the character. Like, he does a great job at it. And like I said, there's some laugh out loud moments, which oddly enough fit in this movie, even though the only complaint, and this is going to sound ridiculous coming from a horror fan, right? Especially a slasher fan. Art himself and the things that he does to people are just extremely mean-natured and cruel. Very.
Yeah.
Like, he's cruel. And the movie itself is very mean-spirited. And I'd like to say it doesn't take itself seriously, but it does.
Yeah,
you know?
but I know I get it, but that is, I understand why you say it sounds ridiculous because, I mean, yeah, it's a slasher. His actions are cruel. Yeah, no shit.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, you can't say like Freddy Krueger, Chucky, Jason, Michael Myers that their actions aren't totally fucking cruel. What they are, you know. I mean, Is that? I
Yeah,
mean, to be
they
honest,
are. But the thing is, I think Jason kills people because he kills people. I don't really think that Jason really takes any like fun in doing it. It's kind of just something he has to do. Michael Myers, same thing. He just kills people because they're in his way. He doesn't really take any joy in it. Art, on the other hand, enjoys every fucking second of what he does, and you can see it on his face.
yeah,
The guy is truly evil. And I mean, this film doesn't really. This film is by far the tamest of all of them, right? As far
the
as I'm
first one.
concerned,
Yeah,
it's extremely tame.
I've only seen the
Um,
first two. No, and
Shit, you haven't seen 3 yet. Fuck,
no,
man.
I haven't seen 3 yet. I
Okay.
uh,
Yeah, 3 takes it up another
uh,
notch.
I remember a lot from the. I remember a lot from the first one. I'm gonna have to rewatch the second one. I know that I liked it. I know it was more brutal, but at the end of the day, the hot actress, main actress, is the only thing that's stuck in my head.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that watch this movie where she's the main reason they're watching it. I
Yeah,
fucking love it for art. I think his
yeah.
character is great. The cool thing about this film for me, and maybe I like this film more for this reason than I probably
Mm,
should, but when I was stationed in Texas, they did the first screening of this movie at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station, the one that's actually in the original first film.
yeah.
So that gas station's been turned into like a barbecue place, but it looks exactly like it did back in the 70s when the movie was made. And so they did a screening of this movie with the actor who played Art at the screening sitting out in the audience. And my dumbass was sitting there in this costume because it was a horror convention. So I went and dressed up. So nobody saw my face. And so I'm sitting there wanting to talk to this guy, but I couldn't because I'm wearing this fucking thing. And we watched the movie. And the whole time we were watching the movie, he was cutting jokes at every kill. He would say something stupid. Because the guy's a character, dude. Like the actor who plays Art actually is kind of like that. I thought it was interesting. Like, there's a scene here in this movie, and I think it's probably the most famous kill in the entire franchise, and we'll get to that kill. But when that kill happened, he just like let out. He said, "Ah, sorry guys, she had to split." So he's a character, and he pushes this guy all the time. He'll go out in public in the costume around fans and joke around, and you always see him doing something.
Yeah.
So I really like the actor, and I
Yeah,
think
okay.
that's probably why I
He
like
sounds.
this
He
so much.
sounds like. He sounds.
Oh, he's fuck character. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, there's not, there aren't too many bad things I can say about this film. I think there's more bad things I can say about the second and third one than I can about this one. This
Yeah.
one's
Okay.
fairly straightforward. Like you said,
Yeah.
it follows the slasher tropes. The writing is not something more than it has to be. The acting, for the most part, is pretty good. There's a couple of hollow lines here and there, but nothing worse than any Friday the 13th film or Halloween or anything
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true. That's true.
I think when we get to that part, I'll talk about it. There's some things I don't like, but I feel like this was the first movie and they probably didn't know exactly where they were going to go with it. And
Yeah.
that's why these things happen. So they're forgivable.
Yeah. Mhm.
But hey, I mean, still a great film. If you want to start us off, we'll roll through it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we get into it, I just want to say if you like our podcast, don't forget to like, comment, give a like and comment this video, and don't forget to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel. We're also on Spotify if you want to follow us there. Okay. Well, actually, this I did not remember this movie having such a large cast. Huh? I mean, pretty much you have
Oh
like
God. Yeah, it's a huge
it's
cast.
like David Howard Thornton, you know, the guy you were talking about that plays Art. No? We have Jenna Cannell, no, I mean that plays Tara Hayes. Samantha Scafidi that plays Victoria Hayes. Catherine
Yep.
Corin that plays Dawn. I mean, I think she's the girl that gets split in half. No? Caddy McQuire, who plays Monica Brown, Michael Levy, who plays Will, Phil Falcone, Phil Falcone. Oh, God damn it. I'm so much German now, I probably can't have problem pronouncing American names.
It's
Tom?
okay. We're allowed to butcher names.
Yeah, okay. It's crazy that that I have so much been Germanized that I sometimes butcher American names. Okay, and Jason Levy. There's
That
probably
happens to
more,
me all the
but-
time.
Yeah. Okay, the director was Damien Leon. No? Exactly. No? Yeah. Yeah, so far. And yeah.
This guy, so Damien Leone was a smart dude for this because I think I'm not aware of too many horror movie directors that add their name to the title card, except for Wes Craven and of course Clive Barker, those kind of guys. He decided to do that with this, which means this guy believed that this was going to be something big when he started it.
Yeah.
So it's not just Terrifier, Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3. It's Damien Leone's Terrifier.
Yeah.
And so this is another guy who's probably going to cement himself in horror movie history. He has already. I mean, this movie, when it came out, had kind of a small following. And then for whatever reason, it caught on social media and then blew up. So his name's going to be known forever.
Terrifying, yeah.
At least with horror.
Definitely. Yeah. However, I mean, to start out the movie, the movie starts out first where you have like this reporter reporting on the shit that happened. She's interviewing the sole survivor of this massacre. I think it's Victoria Hayes. Nah?
Yeah.
The older sister of one of the main protagonists. Nah? I mean, I think then straight after that, it cuts to the pizzeria. Nah? Because this is interesting. This is another slasher movie where the entire events take place on Halloween night. And you basically, yeah?
You forgot something though. So the opening scene is where she's interviewing Victoria, like you said.
Yes.
But it cuts between the interview and the aftermath, where the woman who interviewed her is on the phone with her husband, right?
Yeah.
And so she keeps talking about the interview and how she was scared during the interview and how ugly the woman's face was and all this stuff. But being pretty cruel, right? So this woman got attacked.
Yeah.
That's why her face looks like that. She can't help it. This girl's just being really shitty mean to her. And then all of a sudden she gets attacked from behind by Victoria.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Okay,
remember?
well, I forgot that part. Yeah.
Yeah, she gets attacked from behind by Victoria and murdered. So, like, Victoria basically makes her face look like hers. She, like, digs her thumbs into her eyes and tears up her face, and now she's dead. And then it cuts to the pizza parlor. But yeah.
Yeah, well, then basically directly after the part you just said, it cuts to the pizzeria where you have, like, the two girls, the brunette and the blonde girl. Can't remember their names now. One's last name is Hayes, and the other is the blonde girl, however. And then you have like the guy that owns the pizzeria, while Art at the same time, I'm not sure he's sitting in the pizzeria next to them or if he comes walking in. However, this is basically the scene, where Art is fixated. Yeah? Say something?
So yeah, that's what it was. It doesn't immediately open on the pizzeria. They were outside in their car, drunk after a Halloween night.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, dude. We'll figure it out as we go along, because I'm remembering stuff as you're saying it. But the blonde girl's drunk. She wants to drive home. Her friend's like, no, you're not driving. I'll drive. So she takes the keys from her and then realizes that she's too wasted to drive too. And is like, you know what? We're not driving. We're both drunk. And so they were like, let's go into the pizzeria and hang out. On their way in there, they see Art. And Art is walking down the street with his trash bag, right? And so they go in the pizzeria, and then it kind of goes from there, which this whole pizzeria scene is pretty cool. Like, it kind of sets up how fucked up Art actually is. This is the part that kind of took me by surprise at the beginning of the movie. But
well, because
go ahead, pizza scene.
Yeah, because you have Art making these weird faces, at the brunette girl, and it's super creepy. because a lot of people, I think a lot of cases, clowns are creepy, and you have like Art at this point just being super creepy, making faces at Brunette all the time. At one point, the blonde goes over, sits on his lap, and starts making faces with him as well because he wants to prove to the brunette girl that he's just a clown, blah, blah, blah. And then Art really gives the blonde girl this really evil glance, no? Where you this straight up tells you that she's going to be the first one Art's going to kill. When I saw this movie the first time, I knew it. She's going to be the first one that's going down. No? Yeah, however.
She fucked that up. She fucked that up. If someone's wearing a costume, the last thing you want to do is start fucking with their costume. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She like pulled his hat off his head and snapped it on his face, sat in his lap, didn't take him seriously, started taking selfies with him and shit. And you could tell from his face he was not happy about it at all. So yeah, she kind of deserved that.
Yeah, but this is like remember Art gets kicked out, nah? Because I think doesn't he start showing his feces in the bathroom or something like that?
Yeah, so he goes to the bathroom and then writes his name in his own shit on the wall, and then basically comes out and shows one of the people working there that he did it. So they throw his ass out. This guy's sick, man. He's a sick fuck. Art is a sick fuck.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's just
from the start of the
hilarious,
movie until the end.
Yeah, what hilarious is the faces Art makes all the time. Like he has like this total shocked, oh my god, what did I do on him?
That's why I say this is kind of a laugh out loud thing, because he doesn't ever say anything, but the expressions he makes are just so fucking overly dramatic.
Yeah.
And some of them are just hilarious. There's a scene here where he knocks somebody out with a syringe, and the thing he does afterwards is just fucking hilarious. I love it. But yeah.
Now, however, I mean, basically, shortly after that, the brunette and the blonde girl, go outside because now they're waiting for. Is it Dawn's sister? What's her name? I think.
Yeah.
I think the brunette one is the ones whose sister is coming, no? Yeah. And they're waiting for her outside, totally drunk. The one of them realizes she has to go to the toilet. Duh. But then on the other side of the street, there's this abandoned warehouse building, I think. No? Exactly. I think the brunette, starts hammering on the door, and then one guy opens up. I think his name is Mike. No, wait. Yeah, his name is Mike.
I can't remember what the guy's name is.
Whatever, however. She convinces this guy to let her in so she can go to the toilet. No? Now, once the brunette is in the building, Art first attacks the blonde girl. You see, like him, I don't totally remember how, but he attacks her in her car.
Well, so what happens is, before we get the scene, so they leave the pizza place and go outside, and they notice now, because she said, hey, if I can get some pizza in me, I'll sober up and I can drive us home. So they go back outside to the car, and the tire is flat. So somebody has stabbed the tire. And so the blonde girl's like, fuck, now we can't go anywhere. And the brunette's like, you know what? I really got to pee too. So she tells her friend, hey, there's a dude standing over there outside smoking a cigarette in front of that building. Why don't you go ask him if you can go take a leak there, and I'll hang out in the car, right?
Yeah.
So Tara is her name. Am I right? Tara?
Yep.
Okay. Tara goes to the building to ask if she can use the bathroom. The guy's like, hey, it's not really my place, but, yeah, fine. I'll take you inside, and I'll show you where the bathroom is. So she goes inside with him, and then we see the blonde girl sitting in the car. She turns on the radio, and over the radio you hear that something bad has happened at the pizzeria down the street. 2 people have been murdered, which they do a quick cut back to that scene where Art has cut the main guy's head off and put it on the counter and put candles in his eyes and in his mouth. So the head is just burning there like a jack-o'-lantern, right? The other guy that works there sees that, tries to get out of there. Art attacks him while he's trying to call the police on the phone and basically mutilates him too. So you got 2 pretty gory kills right here at the beginning. After he's done doing that, you see him leave the pizzeria. And that's when the girl that's inside the car hears the thing on the radio about the double murder homicide that happened at the pizza place, and that the guy is at large. And he's dressed as a clown in a white and black clown outfit. Looks like art, whatever. So the blonde girl's on her phone in the car looking at the screen, and somebody opens the car door on the right, and you think it's Tara because she obviously just peed and came back. So all you see is the car door open and close, and she turns around to ask Tara what's up, and it's actually Art's, and Art is covered in blood sitting next to her, smiling at her like from ear to ear, just like, ah. And that's the last time you see Art and her for a while, right?
Yeah.
So cut back to where Tara is inside right now. She's walking around the inside of the building. The guy's shown her where the bathroom is. So he's like, hey, here's the bathroom. When you get done, see yourself out, because I'm going to go ahead and bug bomb this place. So I'm going to be busy. Just when you get done, walk out and leave, and I'll know you're okay. She says, okay. So she uses the bathroom. And then instead of leaving, this is that typical horror trope, Mike.
Yeah.
Where you do the stupid thing instead of the right thing. She should have left the fucking building. She should have left the fucking building. But what she does instead is she hears a noise, so she goes back into the building, into the warehouse part. And there's a whole bunch of tires stacked up and a whole bunch of trash. And I think it's a cat that she hears. She wants to go check and see what's up with the cat. She runs into a woman who lives there, and it's obvious this woman is probably homeless, right? I would assume.
Yeah.
Homeless and a little crazy, but also not dangerous. This woman seems like she's obviously not right in her head, but she's kind of nice and she's harmless, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she is holding a baby in her arms that we think is a baby at first, but it's actually just a doll. And she introduces herself to Tara and says, oh, you must be the new tenant. That's great. We haven't had any new tenants in a while. This is my baby. So she hands her the baby, and it's actually a doll. So then Tara knows, oh, she's, you know.
That's cool.
And Tara tells her, hey, I need to go find the landlord because my rent's due. She's like basically trying to get her away from her.
Yeah.
I need to go talk to the landlord because my rent's due. And then she leaves that woman there and tries to go find the guy. I'm guessing because she wants to tell him that there's someone else in the building so he doesn't just bomb it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you roach bomb a building, it's possible that whoever's left in there can get hurt by the gas pretty bad. So he's going to find him. Instead of finding him, she finds Art.
Yeah, which he subdues her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the part that I was talking about that I think is fucking hilarious. And this is a credit to David Thornton and Damien Leone's like idea of what Art is. Because he shows up with a syringe behind her, grabs her by the head and sticks a syringe in her neck. And she's trying to scream and get away the whole time that he's doing this, right? And then eventually she passes out because whatever's in the syringe has made her do that. So when she passes out, Art's like, he has the syringe in one hand and goes, like he's making fun of how she screamed. And that look in his face and him like mimicking her is fucking hilarious, even though it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So then and the next thing you get is she's tied up in a chair because while she was unconscious, Art tied her up. So you can take it from there.
Yeah, well, this is where Art pulls off his like. Now Art pulls it off like a theater show. Nah, where she wakes up and she's looking around and is totally fucking panicked because she's tied up or whatever, everything. Nah, and this is where Art comes onto the stage. Nah, like he has like a stage performer in the stage, like he's performing some show, pulling out like some show. Then he whips off the curtain and shows that his friend is dead. Nah, like she was literally hanged up on her legs, like often they do in butcher shops with pigs.
Oh, she's alive.
Exactly. Yeah, she's still alive. Okay, no. Yeah, however,
she's still alive. That's what makes this feel so brutal, man. Like, also, before he does that, he has her tied to the chair, and this is the other thing that I mean about Art just being kind of a brutal, sick, twisted dude because he's got her tied up. There's no way she can get away. And he's got these different tools that are in his bag. He's got like a hatchet and like a scalpel and a big hammer and all these other things. And one piece by one, he's pulling them out of the bag, walking over to her and acting like he's about to hit her. And then he stops and acts like he laughs, puts it down, grabs the other one, does the same thing. This girl gets like a fright of her life like 5 times before he stops, right? The last thing he grabs is a hacksaw. And instead of like, killing her, he acts like he's about to. And then he walks across the room where he's got the sheet, which you're talking about, which this is something I wasn't a big fan of in this film. Because if this girl was alive like she is and hanging upside down behind a sheet, even though her mouth is covered, you would have heard something. She would have been trying to get away in some way, but we didn't hear her at all.
Yeah, well,
which is a little bit unrealistic.
Well, not if he did not kind of subdue her or whatever. I mean
he tied up and he had a thing over her mouth, but that was it. I mean, she could have. Yeah, maybe.
He probably also drugged her.
I can't exactly remember. She might not have been awake when he walked into there.
I mean, she's still alive, no? And I don't fully remember. What I remember is how she was hanged up. And I know this is also how you hang up pigs, or cows.
Yes.
When they're slaughtered. No?
Exactly.
He slaughters her basically like a pig. No? He stabs her in her not in her what's it called? The Hauptschlagader? Can't think of the English term now. And then he basically just cuts her from her stomach to neck open, and then with a Spalter.
So this is something I have to check on, Mike, because there might be different versions of this film. Because the original uncut version, the version that they showed in theaters in the States and the ones that I watched when it was first open, is the girls there chained up, like you said, like they would do a pig or a cow. And she's got her arms tied behind her back and she's got a mouth thing on. And she's quite alive. Everything's okay. He shows her, like, goes down to her face and shows her the saw.
Yeah.
And then goes up, takes her panties off, and just saws her down the middle while she's completely alive.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, there is an Amazon version because I downloaded the Amazon version so I could watch it again just to, like, re-jog my memory because it's been 2 years since I've seen this. And the Amazon version, and it's probably just Germany, but the Amazon version completely cuts this kill. You don't see anything.
Understandably.
And so I couldn't remember either, so I had to go online and be like, okay, did I really see what I saw? And it's true. She's completely alive, and he just saws her down the middle all the way to her head. And then he takes a selfie with the body, just like she did to him earlier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
This is where I get fuzzy the rest of the film.
Now, actually. Yeah, for me also it gets pretty fuzzy after that part, because those are like the most memorable things happening. No? Because I mean, Tara manages to free herself. No? Then she has like a thing going on, like a cat and mouse fight between her and Art, no? Where she eventually almost manages, to kill Art, now he takes down, until Art stands up, pulls out a gun, and shoots Tara. And then she's out. No?
Right.
This is one thing I have to be honest, I say I was actually surprised by.
There's a whole kill scene that happens before that, but I get it because it's like that for me too.
Yeah.
Like as you're talking, I'm remembering things about the film.
Yeah. Yeah, but for me
don't forget what you were gonna say though.
Yeah.
So there's a whole cat and mouse thing that goes on. The part where we talked about earlier where he gets the syringe and sticks it in her neck. That happens now, actually. I think. No, because he subdued her and tied her up. So, yeah, okay.
Yes.
So there's a cat and mouse thing where he stabs her in her leg and, like, a whole bunch of times with a scalpel. They're just creeping around cars and he's, like, trying to find her. And then when he catches her, he does something horrible to her over and over. Eventually, though, she gets away and hides. And while she's hiding, Art meets the woman that she met earlier, the one with the doll. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the cat lady. The crazy cat lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy cat lady, yeah. He meets up with her, and he has stolen her doll baby, right? And he's sitting in the middle of the floor, rocking the baby, and she's like, she knows this guy is unsafe,
Yeah.
but she just wants her doll back, right? So she walks over to him and is like, "Oh, do you have a mother?" And Art goes, "No," like shaking his head back and forth. She's like, well, I could be your mother, but I really need to have my baby back because, that's really important to me and I need to take care of her. She needs her mom. And that's the last time we see that woman because the next time we see Art, he's wearing all of her skin.
Yeah.
And it's weird too because Art's running around completely naked except for the top of her body that he's wearing her skin and then her face, right?
Yeah.
And he's kind of doing the Ed Gein thing where he's walking around dancing in her skin, which is twisted, and it's always twisted in every movie they do it in.
Yeah.
And then he gets on a bicycle and rides around on the bicycle for a while, making sounds.
Yeah.
Just typical clown shit, man. Like the guy's Looney Tunes, absolutely fucking Looney Tunes. And then after that kill happens, that's kind of when everything comes to a head and they start fighting, basically. Like,
Yeah.
he catches up with her. She's been watching all this the whole time, hiding away. In the meantime, Art also kills the guy that let her in to take a leak.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he hits him in the head with a hammer. It's not a real brutal kill, but he hits him in the head with a hammer real quick. And he's out, right? And this is where the film, for me, gets flipped on its head. And shit happens that I did not expect to happen. Because this girl, Tara, that we met at the beginning of the film, that's been chased by him the whole time, seems like she is supposed to be the final girl, right?
Yes, but she's not.
She's
That's
not.
what that is the thing. This is the twist I didn't see coming, because right before she finishes off Art, he pulls out a gun and shoots her, and then she's dead. And then this is the plot twist I didn't see coming because I thought she was going to be the final girl that was somehow gonna either get out or be killed literally at the end of the movie by Art. No, but no, that's not what happens, because right after this, you see like it cut over to Tara's sister that is now on her way to pick up blonde and brunette girl. I mean Tara or Dawn exactly, to pick up Dawn and Tara. No, what I remember then is she arrives at the house. No, at their car. No, where Dawn and Tara's car was, but can't find them at all. No, then she goes up looking for them. No, eventually she enters the same building where Tara and Dawn entered, and that's where she encounters Art.
Right.
Then Art attacks her. Kind of weird, but as far as I remember it, there's a typical another cat and mouse scene starts between her and Art. Before that, she notices what actually happened to her sister and Dawn, because she finds Dawn's dead body, and also Tara. Now she's dead before Art attacks her. Until the next cat and mouse scene between her and Art starts. I mean, I think at this time, Victoria's sister, I think it's Victoria. Yeah, she's the final survivor.
Victoria. Yeah.
I think she called the cops. So during this time, the cops are on their way there. What I remember, I think, is eventually Victoria hits Art with the car, and he appears to be dead. No? Exactly. And this is where then it pretty much comes up to the scene where the cops are all there, the ambulance is all there. Presume that Art is dead. No? And they take him off in a bag body. No, a body bag.
Right. I think he shoots himself.
No, I'm not sure if I'm
think
getting
he
into
shoots himself.
I'm not sure if I'm already getting into the second part. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, so I think he shoots himself. I could be wrong about this, but the cops show up, he gets up, and they act like they're going to shoot him, and they got their guns pointed at him, and he kind of goes like, boom, and shoots his own brains out. And
Yeah.
so this is kind of where it gets interesting. I don't know if Damien Leone knew that this film was going to get a sequel. I think he had big dreams for this, but he wasn't sure. So if he didn't get a sequel, then Art's kind of dead, and then there's a cliffhanger at the end. But it left it open for a sequel if it got one, and then it kind of didn't. But Art, in this movie at least, is not a supernatural being. Not yet.
Not yet. I mean, I think
Not
that
yet.
was clear. That was the intent. Because
Yeah.
you can see the injuries he got from Tara before she died. That was things that everybody known person would have already been dead. So he basically already survived wounds that would instantly kill a normal human. So that already establishes that he's not some kind of supernatural being. But it's not actually entirely confirmed until the second part, because I don't remember if it's the first part, at the end of the first part or the second part, where they take off Art's dead body, and in the morgue, he gets back up and kills the doctor. Is that the first part, or am I talking about the second part?
Yeah,
already?
so
That's what's
that is the
blurring
first
me.
one. No, that is the
That's
first
the
one.
first
So
one.
this was a point of contention. Yeah, this was a point of contention for a lot of fans, including myself, because I know that you said he gets a couple of wounds that would have killed a person, but they basically went back and disproved that. Like they had a doctor, because this thing has just had so many fans so quick. So they actually had a doctor who was like, well, he got stabbed in the leg, he got stabbed in the ribs. She could have punctured a lung when she stabbed him in the ribs. We don't know, but we don't see him like breathing hard, so we don't know. So he very well could have survived the wounds that he got without being supernatural. Now, when he blew his head off, that's something that would have killed anybody. And for all intents and purposes, he was dead, right?
Yeah.
So once that happens, but one thing we forgot, the sister, the one that showed up, he dismembers her face completely, but we don't see it. So before the cops show up, he's completely ripped up her face and leaves her dead, or what we think is dead, right?
Yeah.
And then the cops show up and he blows his brains out. Now that should have technically been the end of Art, but what happens is we get a scene in the morgue where they bring his body in and the mortician unzips the bag, looks in, and that dude is dead as fuck, man. Like that scene of his face and his head and everything, he's dead.
Yeah.
But then some magical weird shit happens where the electricity in the building kind of sizzles and the lights blink and go out and then come back on. And when they're back on, you see Art standing up behind it. So, yes, something happened there, kind of like what happens with Jason, you know, when he's killed and then all of a sudden he gets brought back, something like that. But he started out as a normal human, and we know this because there's a scene at the beginning of the movie where he's putting on his makeup, right? And when he's putting on his makeup, he has normal human skin underneath it. In fact, behind his mask right here, you can see where his mask cuts off. There's normal human skin that he hasn't put any paint on.
Yeah.
When we see him in the second film, we see him without the headdress once. And his whole head is white, and he's got no ears, and he's some type of demon. So we see a transition from the first movie to the second movie of him becoming something that's not human. So in this movie, he was human until he shot himself.
Yeah.
And
probably.
Damien Leone basically confirmed that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Damien was brought back.
And the pale girl, the pale girl that we see, we don't really get a great explanation of that in the second film, but you do in the third film. So the pale girl is actually the demon that brought him back to life. That's who that is. She's some demon that took interest in what he did, brought him back to life, and then also got in the body of, is it Victoria?
Maybe, yeah.
The girl with the really fucked up face that we see at the beginning of the movie, she's in Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So we see her as the pale girl in part 2, but then she inhabits the body of Tar's sister in part
Yeah.
3, and that's the person you see following Art around the entire movie.
Oh, okay.
And so
yeah.
now Terrifier 4 supposedly is going to answer all the questions that everybody has about Art, because that's been the big thing. Who is he? How is he still alive? Why is he doing what he's doing? There's a tie-in with the family of the final girl in part 2 and 3 that we still don't really understand, but somehow Art is associated with her family in some way. None of that is in this movie. This movie
Yeah.
was a complete surprise because, like you said, the girl that you thought was going to be the final girl, and I have to say, she's a great actress. Like, she would have made a great final girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just straight up fucking killed her off, man. And that blew my mind when I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, true. True, yeah.
But yeah. Dude, this might be the shortest episode ever.
Yeah. I mean, god damn it. We're done with the movie and it's not even an hour. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know we didn't forget anything because I just watched this thing and did a recap the other day, but
even the movie isn't really that long. It's barely over an hour.
yeah, it's pretty short. It's barely over an hour. And then one thing I'll say about this movie, I can't remember the exact budget. That might be something we want to look up, but the budget for this was extremely meager. It was barely anything. So they did whatever they could do. They did everything they could do with this movie on a very minimal budget. And that's where this one differs from the second and third one, because the second and third one have huge budget.
Yeah, because it was a major success, yeah.
Yeah. But thankfully, it kind of maintained what made this movie good, in my opinion. So the soundtrack, I don't know if you noticed, the soundtrack for the entire film was synth, just like 80s horror slashers, which I thought that was brilliant. They brought back the synth soundtrack. The way it was filmed was kind of the same way Friday the 13th, 1, 2, 3, and 4 were filmed, to where it's kind of not really professionally shot. It looks good, but it's not like crazy movie making or anything. So they did a very good job of staying true to the slasher films of the 80s, right?
That's true.
And I love that about this film. This film has that quality too. Yeah. And yeah, that's, dude, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about it other than Terrifier 2 and 3. Whatever you thought was really bad about this film, like not bad, but like disgusting, gory, mean, the second movie takes it up like 8 notches, and then the third movie takes it up even further than that. So these are not movies for people with a weak stomach at all.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely not. Yeah, totally not. Yeah.
Like, and when I say mean and nasty about Art being mean and nasty, the third film just kind of cements that, because the first 2 kills in the third film are just like gut wrenching, dude. Like horrible. Yeah. And even I've Mike, you know what I've been through, right? War and all that stuff. The third movie, the beginning of that, I was just like, oh, dude, that's too much. That's too much. Why did they do that?
Seen the third one.
Yeah. I was like, that's too much. I wouldn't have done that, but they did it, you know? And I think Damien Leone realizes that if you push the envelope, you know, if you take it that far, if you make something really famous and then take it even further into territory where you probably shouldn't take horror films sometimes, that you're just going to become more and more popular. And so they're riding that train. And I'm interested to see what they do with part 4. But yeah, this movie takes place on Halloween. So this is our Halloween episode. I'm glad we finally did it. You have anything else you want to say about this film? Anything you want to bring up that I may have missed?
No, not really. I mean, pretty much I think so far, you know, I got everything. You know, just that Art the Clown that makes, I mean, how should I say it? Art, one thing I can say about this movie, definitely about Art, makes Pennywise look like a bedtime story.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody,
Absolutely.
everybody
This
thought that Pennywise was the most scariest clown until they created art.
Yeah.
Because art
Yeah, I
is,
will
I
say
think,
that. I will say that. Go ahead.
he's definitely, in my opinion, one of the most sadistic and even evil slasher antagonists that I can think of. I mean, this art is literally like Pennywise, Freddy Krueger, and Jason all combined into one character. What is brilliantly and makes him super terrifying.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wonder if there was a whole lot of thought that went into creating this character because
Yeah.
as far as clowns go, there have been clown slashers before.
Yeah, multiple.
But yeah,
Mhm.
but they're not really very interesting. And Pennywise, okay, I wouldn't call him a slasher. He's a supernatural being that feeds on
Yeah, I mean,
children and sometimes adults,
Pennywise is
right?
not a slasher movie, no? Pennywise,
Yeah,
it
right,
was never a slasher movie. Just Pennywise is a horror icon, and he's a clown,
right,
even though Pennywise
right,
himself is not a
right,
clown, Pennywise is just
right, of course.
the way he projects himself into our reality, blah, 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 blah. No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But this one, for whatever reason, the formula for art and the way that they thought up that character and what he is,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, he is the most terrifying clown killer out there yet so far. So yeah, they did a great job with that. And it's a formula that has not worked before too. It hasn't worked in a lot of slasher films to have a
That's
slasher
true.
that's a clown.
That's true,
But
yeah.
this worked.
Yeah. Mm.
This works. And they're kind of doing I'm interested to see where they go with the third film. I think the second film also takes place on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third film takes place on Christmas. Fourth film is going to take place on Easter, I guess.
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, yeah. I love this film. I love the second one. I love the third one. I'm waiting on the fourth one. I guess we'll probably do Terrifier 2 sometime pretty soon, right? Since,
Yeah, I think so. No.
I mean, why not? Okay. So yeah, guys, that was our Halloween episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Me and Mike got in costume. We'll probably do the same thing next year, but we might change the location.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like the podcast, like you said earlier, drop us a like. Tell us
Mhm.
what movies you want us to do because we've got our own movies that we got picked out. But hey, if you throw something out there that you like and we see it and we want to do it, we might just do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, that's all I got. You got anything, Mike?
No, me neither. That's everything.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I hope everybody out there has a good Halloween. Stay safe. Have fun. That's what Halloween's about. And we will see you guys on the next episode.
Yeah.
So until then, I'm Matt.
I'm Mike. Bye.
We'll see you around.
See ya.
The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.